Hey Bruins, my name is Tony Cole, and I'm one of 13 counselors at Creek. Our team has put together a brief video to walk you through self-scheduling. Whether this information is new for you or simply a refresher, the two aspects of self-scheduling to keep uppermost in your mind are 1, self-scheduling is important, and 2, self-scheduling is a privilege. Self-scheduling is important because it's through this process that you, and not a computer, will build your schedule for next school year. In addition, self-scheduling is a pretty amazing privilege given to upperclassmen at Creek. The chance to self-schedule is pretty much unheard of at the high school level. However, our administration has placed great value on giving you the responsibility and the choice to create your own schedule. And so you will want to take this process seriously and with appreciation for the opportunity you're being given to try to create the schedule you desire. The scheduling process takes several months to complete and is broken down into 4 parts. Part 1 began at the end of January when you received your pre-registration materials. These materials included your pre-registration form, a copy of your transcript, and a Things to Know document with additional scheduling details relevant to your grade level. During this part of the process, ideally, you were reviewing the courses you've taken, discussing course recommendations with teachers, counselors, and maybe your parents, obtaining the appropriate signatures, and ultimately completing your pre-registration form to include all the classes you need and want to take next school year. Part 2 happened a few weeks later, during which time you entered the courses from your pre-registration form into PowerSchool. Part 3 actually happens behind the scenes and consists of the registrar's office building the master schedule based on the requests students entered into PowerSchool during Step 2. Part 4 is what we're gearing up for now. In this stage, you will build your own schedule during your assigned self-scheduling appointment time. In the email you received containing this video, you were also provided with other essential information. That information includes the date and time of your self-scheduling appointment and a list of the classes you pre-registered for. It is important that you save the date and do not forget about your self-scheduling appointment. If you need to set an alert in your phone or have some other method to remind yourself, I highly recommend you do that. Self-scheduling appointments will happen in the community rooms. The community rooms are in the IC building near the library. As you walk upstairs toward the library, you will turn left at the top of the stairs to go to the community rooms. You must bring your ID. If you do not have your ID, you will not be permitted to self-schedule, in which case you will either need to go purchase another ID or come back during an off period when you have your ID. Additionally, it always happens that various personal scheduling issues and conflicts prompt the question from students and parents about scheduling ahead of the assigned appointment time. This will not happen. Students will not be able to schedule ahead of their appointment time. If you are not able to schedule during your appointment, you may come back for a makeup during any off period following your originally scheduled appointment. If you do not complete self-scheduling, the schedule will be built by the computer. As you begin preparing for self-scheduling, it is essential to understand the master schedule. The master schedule is constructed with you in mind. It is not created until after more than 3,800 students have entered the courses from their pre-registration forms into PowerSchool. Then, based on the students' requests, the registrar's office creates the master schedule, which is a huge, complex puzzle of hundreds of classes divided into multiple thousands of sections that fits together every class in every department in a manner that allows the most access to the most classes by the most students. Sound complicated? That's because it is. And thus, the reason students will be required to self-schedule only the classes for which they pre-registered. The master schedule is broken down by department, course name, period, term, which denotes whether a course is a year-long or a semester class, teacher, and room number. Something else to keep in mind is that the master schedule can sometimes be a work in progress because unexpected things always happen. For example, maybe the teacher for one of the classes you scheduled ends up moving over the summer because their spouse's job transferred them to another state. In this type of scenario, a piece of the puzzle no longer fits, and thus the master schedule must be adjusted. With situations like this, you might see a change in your schedule that you didn't ask for. But be assured, these types of changes are not made frivolously or arbitrarily. There is always a valid reason. To find the master schedule, you will go to the Cherry Creek High School homepage. One of the featured items scrolling on the homepage is the master schedule. You will be able to click right here to view the master schedule. You can also locate the master schedule by hovering over Our School, and from the drop-down menu, select Registrar. On this screen, you'll scroll down, and on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see the 2022-2023 master schedule. From this screen, you can either view the master schedule, you can download the document, or you can view the screen in a separate tab by clicking on the pop-out. The first page of the master schedule is the self-scheduling scenario worksheet. We will discuss this worksheet in more detail, but you will want to remember where to find it, as it will be a useful tool during self-scheduling. This is an example of a year-long CP English 11 class in the master schedule. Starting in the far left column, you will see the name of the class, followed by the period that the class is offered, the term, which indicates whether this is a full year or semester-long class, the name of the teacher, and the room number where the class is offered. This is a sample of a semester class in the master schedule. This is CP Psychology. Again, everything that you see will be similar to what you noticed for a year-long class, except for the term. For a semester class, you will see semester 1 sections listed first in the list, followed by semester 2 sections. Planning is key for self-scheduling. You should plan several possible scenarios for your schedule. You will want to plan those scenarios based on your priorities. For example, if it's a priority to have a certain English teacher or a certain math teacher, start with this and plan your schedule around that priority. If it's important to have certain off periods, or if you dread the reality of having to run back and forth between the east and west buildings between every class, you should try as best you can to build your schedule with those things in mind. Planning for disappointment is also necessary, because the dream schedule, although it does happen, is frequently the exception and not the rule. What is more likely to happen is that students will be confronted with situations that force them to make choices. There is no way around this. It is simply what you're going to have to do. Along those lines, when you are forced to make choices you didn't anticipate, plan on being kind to the people who are trying to help you problem solve. Self-scheduling is a substantial undertaking, and the adults working to facilitate this opportunity are truly trying to help you. They are not the ones creating your problem, and so please be kind if self-scheduling does not go exactly as you'd hoped or planned. Here is an example of the self-scheduling scenario worksheet. Again, this worksheet is the first page in the master schedule. You can print it off and use it to plan at least 3 scenarios for your schedule, maybe more if you're an overachiever. You will want to bring this completed worksheet with you to your appointment, because the goal of this worksheet is to facilitate a smoother scheduling process for you. Students are given a time limit in which to complete their schedule, and so the worksheet should help you navigate the process more quickly and efficiently. However, even with thoughtfully planned scenarios on your worksheet, the best laid plans can and do go awry, and so you might end up needing to be flexible beyond all the scenarios you've planned. So let's do a quick recap of what we've covered so far. What are we doing? Self-scheduling. When? During your assigned appointment date and time. Where? In the community rooms upstairs in the IC building. How? Bring your ID, check in, log in, create your schedule, and you're done. It's that simple. And why? Once again, to give you choices concerning your schedule. Take this opportunity seriously. Every year, situations come up that cause students to miss their appointment. Please don't overreact. I promise it is not the end of the world. No matter the reason, if you can't make your appointment time, or if you miss your appointment time, all you need to do is go to the community rooms during any open period following your originally scheduled appointment. Makeup appointments do not need to be scheduled. Just go to the community rooms during your next open period. Please do not try to self-schedule during a class period. You will be turned away and asked to come back during an off period. And remember, if you do not complete self-scheduling, you will lose the chance to self-schedule and your schedule will be created by the computer. If you have questions prior to your appointment, counselors are here to help you. There are many avenues you can use to connect with your counselor. You can reach out to us via email and remind texting, or you can use our new online scheduling program. There are QR codes in the counseling office and around the school that will take you to the online scheduler if you want to make an appointment with your counselor. In addition, every day in the counseling office during all the lunch periods, which are periods 4, 5, and 6, there is an on-call counselor ready and waiting to assist you. Thank you for taking the time to listen and learn more about self-scheduling. Good luck as you plan and create your schedule.